So one of the questions that I get asked most often as an author is where I get my ideas, where I come up with the ideas for my novels. So I'm going to tell you guys what inspired the novel The Beginning of Everything / Severed Heads Broken Hearts. My book was inspired by Fabio. I'm not kidding, it was Fabio. You know, the blonde, shirtless Italian model dude who popped up on the cover of like every romance novel ever with some swooning woman in his arms. She's usually wearing a red dress, there's rose petals, there's like unicorns farting, happiness going on. He was that guy on the cover of all of those books. And there is a very interesting story about Fabio. See, what happened is that the Busch Gardens theme park wanted to debut their brand new roller coaster, Apollo's Chariot. And they thought, let's get some celebrities to go on it. We'll call out the press, the paparazzi, they'll take pictures of the celebrities, it'll be great. So they get Fabio on the coaster and he's sitting there with his blonde locks, just, you know, picture perfect. And there's a slight problem though, which is that there are all of these birds that fly over the theme park all the time, and they're not aware that there's a new roller coaster there, so they haven't migrated their flight pattern elsewhere yet. And while Fabio is on the inaugural ride of this roller coaster, he gets hit in the face by a bird. I know. So there's like blood everywhere, there's like feathers, there's just like a bird in Fabio's face, and lucky for us, the paparazzi are there. But to me, the best part of this wasn't Fabio getting hit in the face with a bird, it's the woman sitting behind Fabio on this roller coaster, splattered with his blood, or maybe the blood of the bird, we don't know. There's like feathers floating around, and she looks horrified. And I'm like, gosh, I wonder what it would be like to be that woman. To be the woman who sat behind Fabio on that fateful roller coaster where he got hit in the face by a bird in front of all the media ever. So I was talking about this with some friends of mine, and one of them told me that there had been a decapitation on Space Mountain or something, some urban legend, and they always wondered about the person who was sitting behind the decapitated person and if they caught the severed head or what, and I said, hold on, I think I need to write a novel about that. And everybody thought I was joking, but the thing was, I wasn't. So here's how my brain went from Fabio got hit in the face with a bird on a roller coaster, lol, to let's write a work of literary fiction about this. So I started thinking about experiencing somebody else's tragedy, and I started to think about what that means when something horrible has happened to somebody and you are somehow a part of it, not a bystander, but involved just a little bit to where the stigma rubs off on you. Say you do catch somebody else's severed head on a roller coaster, like, how crappy is your social life going to be after that? And I figured, who would be the worst person that that could happen to? And I'm like, yeah, a 12-year-old boy starting middle school, a little bit chubby, a little bit nerdy, in front of all of his classmates, he catches this head, this kid's life is over. I mean, he is just socially decapitated. Sorry, not funny. And I thought, well, that would be a very interesting character. Somebody who's had something happen to them through no fault of their own that just marks them for a while. And what do they do with that? Who do they become in the aftermath of that weird experience happening to them? And I thought, well, that's a very interesting idea for a character, and that's a very interesting character for a story. And that is how Fabio is where I got the idea for my book that's coming out this summer.